What's up, guys? Welcome back to Ranting with Riches, and this is Rich. I'm Joe. Today we have a special conversation for y'all today.
Near and dear to Joe's heart.
And Rich's.
A little bit.
I want to get his intake on this first, since he's not really that far into like the Subaru, but I figured I'd get his input first on this.
I mean, I appreciate Subarus. I like what they can do.
Yeah. But the question today is going to be: is the new, 2015 plus WRX and STIs are becoming the new Honda? What's your take on this?
So, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Now, I believe that they have become basically like the replacement for like that mid-range car where you're like, okay, I can make power, I can start going kind of nuts. I think they've replaced a lot of the German cars because like Audi, they've gotten really expensive. BMWs, their reliability has tanked. Like once you start modding them, now it's becoming a chase to keep them on the road. You do a mod, the car don't run. You do another mod, the car don't run. It's just a continuous circle, and so you can't really even enjoy it. Mercedes has always kind of been, you just buy like the top end and then maybe air system, suspension, that's about it. You don't really touch those. So Honda is still your kind of entry level, and depending on how dedicated you are, you can take that all the way and line it up against like supercars. You know what I mean? And the fact that they're so light, they have so much aftermarket support. You know, I believe still compared to any other car on the market till this day,
True.
Like 10-to-1 support for the aftermarket. Wheels, motor swaps, dude.
Motor swaps.
You can swap anything into a Honda. Any fucking thing. What I would like to see, however, is a little bit some more Accords instead of Civics.
Yeah.
I've always liked the Accord. The Civics, you know, they're just tiny. Like
that's the thing.
It's really little. I know it's the weight.
Yep. The weight.
Because even now, with the newer SIs and the newer Type Rs, they're bigger, they're heavier than the ones that came out in like the 90s and the early 2000s. But the formula is still the same. Right, again, you get up to the higher RPMs, VTEC kicks in, and the little bastards just take the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's just insane. It's just insane. It's infuriating, but it's insane because really you could take what's it? Somebody, I think the last big swap that I personally saw in a Honda Civic was an SRT4 motor.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Someone took an SRT4 motor and threw it into a Honda Civic with no additional mods, and that bitch was flying.
That's crazy.
Like flying. I want to say this was 2006. Yeah, in 2006, it was I want to say a 99, maybe a 97 Honda Civic SI. It was like that royal blues, and the dude was like, he's like, I shoehorned it in there. He's like, that bitch ain't never coming out. He's like, I don't need to do no extra work to it. He's like, this shit is good as it is. You know what I mean? And then he even took the ECU out of the SRT and hardwired it. You know what I mean? So swapped out the wiring harnesses and do like a custom harness and whatnot. I was like, that's fucking insane. the dedication he put into that car, bananas. I don't know whatever happened to him, but it was one of my boy's cousins who came up from New York. But I was like, that's bananas, yo. I never put that much work into a car.
You gotta know what you're doing, or someone knows what you're doing.
Oh yeah, he had someone else do that for him.
Oh.
Because you're not just swapping motors at that point. He also swapped the ECU to try and make sure things were running right. I mean, he probably could have just as easy just gotten a tune.
That, yeah.
But he probably saved a couple $1,000. I'm just gonna cut this shit here. I'm gonna plug that in there. As it starts, I'm good.
That's the thing about Honda,
In
man.
Japanese cars, don't know freaking dash lights come up. They're like, it's got an engine, it runs, I'm good.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That thing's ready to go.
What are you thinking?
Now when I say they're becoming the new Hondas, I mean amongst, from what I'm seeing, compared to what I'm seeing now, compared to when I first got my Subaru,
Yeah.
there was hardly any of them up here I seen at all. Once in a while, I'll run into some here and there. Now, I go out, I go run into at least 5 of them, and that's me just going local, whatever. But amongst like when you brought up the Civic,
Mm-hmm.
amongst the young people, they're becoming more popular, even though they're not as robust as the Civic.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of young people are starting to buy the WRX and the STIs now.
Yeah. I think one reason for that is because when you look at the automotive market right now, at the time that where we're at, and let's say we go back about 10, 15 years, a lot of companies have given up on performance cars. The Evo's not being made no more. Nissan only has the 350 and the 370. Soon, whenever the hell it happens, the new 400.
I forgot about that.
These Toyota just brought back out, the Supra in their collaboration with BMW. Basically, it's a Z4 with a Toyota badge on it. But even before that, still they had to work with Subaru to bring out a rear-wheel drive sports car in the AE GT 86.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? And Subaru's BRZ, and then Toyota Sport Division Design on FRS. You know what I mean? And really, I think the biggest difference between them is suspension.
Yeah.
Slight tweaks in body, but mainly suspension setups. Chevy hasn't done a damn thing outside of the Camaro and the Corvette.
All they focus on is the trucks.
Yes. Dodge, they just throwing fucking big motors and everything. Like really, you know what I'm saying? So the Japanese market in the US is dried up. You literally only have Subaru. Now Toyota's trying to kind of keep their toes wet. You know what I mean? Like who else?
Hyundai.
Oh yeah, Hyundai got the Genesis Coupe and the Veloster.
They I haven't read, but I'm hoping they come with the Hyundai N, which they already have in the UK already.
So
manual transmission.
Yeah, I think they are coming out with the Veloster N.
They have that already.
Oh, they have that already.
Yeah.
All right.
The Hyundai N, they supposed to be coming out with.
It's just straight an N car.
Yeah. Hyundai N. It sounds ridiculous. I was watching the video.
I wonder what that's gonna be. Rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, front wheel. You know it's gonna be
Front
turbo.
wheel.
Front wheel.
Front wheel.
So probably like a SI competitor or something like that. Yes. So But again, it's in like, where's the all-wheel drive? Where's, you know what I mean? Where's the cars that are going to put out the power? You know what I mean? I know they're talking about the BRZ potentially having a turbocharged trim level, potentially. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Under the Rose badge. Cherry Blossom, Rose, whatever. Their performance division. But yeah, it seems like Subaru is really the only, and they still guarantee you to have a manual trans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now that is now for the newer 2020s and up, the WRXs, I believe, have the option of a CVT trans, which to me is just straight garbage. Like, why even offer it? Like, no one's gonna get that. You might sell a couple hundred overall, but anyone who's buying a WRX, they're gonna get a stick shift.
Yeah. If you don't get a WRX and stick shift, something wrong with you.
You need to.
There's no sense in you buying it.
You need to be buried with your head sticking out the sand. Because that's why you got all these. Son, that's why you got all these freaking cars that would be fantastic in a manual going auto because nobody wants to buy a stick shift. And I get it. Like, if you live in the city, sucks.
That's not. If you're gonna sell a manual transmission car, make it less than the auto, because people. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's the price sticker that kills people. Well, some people will suck it up. Like, all right. But then you go there and it's like...
They are less. They are less than the auto version.
Not by that much.
Like $2,500?
Come on. You need to drop that another 10. Call
10?
it a day, yeah.
5?
That's still 7.
You know what I mean? I know what you mean, but that's a lot, son. Because, like, really at the end of the day, if you were to replace a transmission, it's probably going to cost you $25 to $3,000 overall, because no one rebuilds transes nowadays. It's literally drop it, pop it back in. The only trans that you might even consider rebuilding is a manual, and that's only because you got to take the clutch kit off. And even that, still 3 minutes. You get an impact gun, boom, 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 boom. Break them suckers loose. You know what I mean? You spend longer putting the new clutch kit on than you do taking the old one off. You know what I mean? And especially if it's a rear-wheel drive car, nice longitudinal drive system, drop it straight down, no problem. You know what I mean? Dude, easy. But, I mean, the biggest thing, I wouldn't say it's the price. I mean, I agree. Some people might think it should be cheaper, but a lot of them now, they're top performance models. You know what I mean? And then those top performance models you kinda gotta pay that price tag. Like the Nissan 370. Was it 35, 37 to start off at? You think they're gonna start you off at $25,000 for that car? It's got a Z badge, bro.
Ooh, oh my God, is it Z?
Yeah.
No.
Z is Nissan's performance division.
Okay.
This nigga.
Wait, all right. Let's be. All right, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a little real.
All right, let's get real.
How much you think it cost them to make that car?
So when they first brought back the Z, like
let's say most cars. Let's do broad. Let's do most cars.
So, I would say your average your average car R&D building, I would say from the ground up building a car takes a couple $1 million.
No, I'm saying to manufacture it.
Oh,
not from development and all that nonsense.
Oh, you're talking about coming down the production line?
Yeah, production line.
You know, just slapping them together? I would say it probably takes at least $60,000 to $70,000 to assemble a car. You're talking about frame, wiring, parts, paint, and then the whole line from front to back. I would say safely on an average $70K per car.
Okay. $70K for a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm gonna take, let's say it's like Walmart. I manufacture such and such, whatever, in your Walmart. Now you come to me, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna buy 600,000 of those.
Mm-hmm.
What's your best price you can give me for? Now, for me as a wholesaler who actually created it, I could give you the best price possible for those products,
Okay.
which is going to be way lower than what you're going to resell it for.
Well, yeah, it's because you're taking a hell of a lot off of my hands for a price you're probably not going to wind up selling them individually over a period of time.
Exactly. So most car dealerships, they get these cars for not even a fraction of the price of what you're gonna pay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even when you trade in cars, you notice that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give you $2,000, and then you come back, you see your car there selling for $20,000.
Yes. Yeah, because they're selling it based on the market retail value of the car, which you can get by checking out the person-to-person sales. Because the assumption is that they're going to have to fix something on the car, so they're going to invest time and money before they roll it out. Which 9 times out of 10 they don't. They roll it out as is. You know what I mean? They'll check and see, make sure that brakes are good. Maybe throw some new pads on there. They'll make sure you got a full tank of gas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Simple stuff like that. But so, like you said, perfect example. When my wife wanted the Acadia, we had a Kia Sorento, top trim level, SX V6, fully loaded, all the fixings. Market value of that car was $17,600. Right off the bat, they tried to offer me 9 something. And I was like, okay. So I was like, the value is 17 something. I was like, I need at least 13. Because, to take care of like rollover shit. So they offered me 9 something. I immediately went up 500. I was like, okay, so now it's 13.5. Like, huh? I was like, yeah, you gonna try and undercut me? I'm gonna go higher. And I was like, I personally don't care about that car. She wants it, not me. So I was more than willing to walk away. They finally came up to like 13.5. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I hit them with the discount. Okay. I'm like, boom, and I got the work discount.
Yeah, man.
And I got some money down.
Walmart, baby.
No, but you're right. They're gonna do that too. Yeah. And that's because the dealer actually buys the car from the manufacturer. Mm-hmm. So the manufacturer gets their money. Now the dealer is trying to make that money and then some back. That's why they try to upsell the packages. That's why they do the whole dealer prep bullshit. That's why, you know what I mean? Like, don't worry about the dealer prep. I'll fucking fill up my own tank of gas and I'll spray it down as soon as I get around the corner. Just dumb shit.
Yeah.
You know, and they try to fuck you over every way possible. And they already have built into each car like a $2,000 to $3,000 leeway. So they're like, oh, $2,000 on every brand new car. That doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, it's not even doing nothing for you.
It's not doing nothing for you because all they're doing is like a bank. They're just moving that money around, playing with it. So unless you come down with $3,000 or more, getting put onto a car, that's where you start making an impact. Mm-hmm. But yeah, but so if you're getting a Z car that costs $70,000 to make, they buy it from the manufacturer for $40,000. all that stuff gets passed on to you. You know what I mean? So then, you know, the worst part is dealer markups. When it's a car that they know is going to draw attention, especially from the young crowd, they charge you out the ass.
They do that to Subarus.
They do that, especially if you want to order it early. If you want to order it early, they screw you. They're like, oh, in order to reserve this is going to be like $50,000 because we got, nah, bro, nah, nope. Like something like I've looked at cars that have released. You know, you go through the whole online, you build it, you know, you spec it out the way you want.
Yep.
And then let's say it's 38, right? Let's say 38. You get to the dealer 40, 47. What? Was it 10 grand more than what I spec'd out online? Well, you gotta understand, we gotta set this aside. It's not the color that comes stock. Online, they said that color was included. You know what I mean? They said this is included. That they be trying to fuck you. You know what I mean? And that's why people be like, oh, these cars ain't shit. Nah, bro. And you know who's infamous for that? The domestic dealers. Domestic dealers are infamous for that. Because if you go to Toyota and you order a Supra, if it's $52,000 for the pack that you got, you know, granted some taxes, shipping and handling fees might put you at 53, 55. With a freaking, if you go to Dodge and you get a Challenger, it's going to want to be an extra 15 grand because you wanted to change the color than what they had on the lot. Like, how's a $700 paint job equate to $7,000 more? You know what I mean? But
American made.
America. America's important. No, but we went off on a tangent.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a tangent.
Yeah. Subarus. No, that's my aspect. What I was saying before we went off on this. Subaru's becoming more of a, when I say that, more popular amongst the young crowd. People are buying it more, modifying it. Some people don't
have
even
easier access.
Yeah, some people don't even do modifications to it. They just like the look. They just dress it up. That's it. I mean, power wise.
Okay.
But they just dress it up because it has a lot of, you know, engine bay dress ups. There's
that's another car that has a really large following in the aftermarket.
Yep.
But it still kind of sucks though, in that like there's no real like rival for it anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like they're still going. Like who's gonna make a rival to, you know, line up against them?
I think Mojica gonna come back.
Mitsu?
Yeah, they always do. Look at the Eclipse,
bro. I swear to God, if I wind up if I wind up seeing an Evo crossover, I will burn down the dealership. I will. That is sacrilege.
Oh man,
it's
crazy.
Bad enough that they did that with the Eclipse, because they ruined the Eclipse before they killed it off.
They're the ones who made the Mirage, right?
Yes.
Evo Mirage.
No, Mitsubishi Mirage. That wasn't an Evo Mirage, wasn't it? It was some name. It's like a something 4, MR4. It's like a Mitsubishi Mirage MR4, something like that. Dan pointed it out to me because he was like, "I bet you I got a car that'll blow your fucking mind. You never heard of." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "It's like a Mitsubishi Mirage." I'm like, "What? Them shit suck." He's like, "Nope." He's like, "This one's got a fucking 4G63 motor in it." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yup." He's like, "That bitch was an Evo before the Evos." I was like, "Well, hot damn." Never even knew about it.
Mitsubishi Mirage Eclipse Evo.
You must have seen the Mirage thinking that they're gonna bring back the Evo, cause that's not happening, bro. That's not happening. And if they do, if they bring back I swear to God, if they bring back the Evo, as a crossover, as an SUV, as anything other than a jet plane, they're going to have a massive upheaval of their presence in the States. Like, they're just getting back to, like, okay, we're surviving, we're doing a little bit better, as focusing on crossovers and SUVs. They do that.
Should be riots.
Huh?
Riots.
Riots. There'll be more than riots. They're gonna burn down every Mitsubishi dealer there is throughout the country. All 5 of them.
That'd be crazy. I would love to see that.
Man, you making me upset. You know anything else?
No, this is it. Let us know below if you think the new WRX is becoming a new Civic, and if you like them. Other than that, like, follow, subscribe, check us out.
What would you do if the
Instagram.
Evo came back as an SUV?
Let us know.
Let us know.
But as usual,
Wrench Daily.